right, it is time as we begin our tale here of those who have delved into the ruins of Draconia, made deals with that which dwells in shadow, and has gone deep to retrieve an item stolen. Was it liberated? Who can say? But our heroes may make that judgment as together they are traversing their way back from a horrible encounter with the young dragon Loxonothix, who hurt them real bad before they ran off. And though having formed a Dragon Slayer sword, uh, have found themselves a bit hurt, even though they have had some time to rest. So, as all of you are moving forward here, trying to find your way out of the deep that you have found yourself in, what do you wish to talk about?
Xanatos is gonna first go to ours, and then he's gonna slap him on the back like pretty hard, just because he's much bigger than him. Say, kid, that was a smart call with the dragon.
Ours almost falls over from the slap. Oh, thanks. It was very much on the spot. I wish I thought of it sooner.
Well, as long as it was before we all died, that's all that matters.
I'm glad we all made it out alive. Ours would then kind of like take out the amulet of proof against detection and divination and put it on over his head and wear it.
Oz, just real quick, just so you know, I think you might have to focus on that item for an hour or so before it actually starts working.
Oh, yeah?
You might need to attune to it.
What's attunement?
Like I said, you focus on a magical item, you concentrate on it for an hour or so, and the magic of the item kind of melds with your own magic, and that's how you're able to use the item, gain the effects of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I thought it was strange that I couldn't lift anything further as I crunch my hands in the gauntlets.
Mark.
Keeping the eye of the firstborn safely tucked away in my pack. Does anyone see the tracks of the other group?
Yeah. They kind of went off that way, and last session I had found out that they had gone from the way we came originally before we bumped into them.
Okay. Just so long as they didn't hang back to stalk us. So about what I sort of learned from that, do we want to perhaps spend a little more time down here? And I just mentioned the attuning thing. Seleucus, if you would attune the eye, it might give you some answers.
I guess that depends on how much time ours can keep hold of that spell.
He did say 8 hours, and it's only been about 2.
Like what kind of answers? Like what kind of answers could it possibly give me?
I mean, do you have any lingering questions? It was something you came here to find when you were, aren't you returning home, of sorts?
And I'm trying to think how it would work for like through scales, because it wouldn't really work through scales. You see, like kind of like sparks, like just kind of like arc a bit around his nostrils and snout, and he very visibly looks like like almost sad, disgusted, like very mixed emotion of the idea that any of this uh could be considered home. And he says, I know why I'm here. I'm here because of a job, and we've done some of that job. We still need to figure out the whole thing with this map, right? That's why we're here.
The thing is like totally a super valuable artifact, though. Yeah.
It sounds like yes.
What do we know about what it can do? Do we know anything?
It can do several things. Give you sort of brief foresight. It can let you commune with past the spirits of the dead, specifically from Draconia, I believe, and it can grant you a bit of extra resistance to damage, I think.
So, do we really trust that Grimshale's going to let us leave here alive?
I mean,
Xanatos will look to Orion and say, well, when we talked to him, he let us go. I think that's a very fair assumption of faith.
I have to kind of agree. If he wanted to kill us, he could have just killed us then and there. So I think he's...
with she.
But if we bring it back what it wants, that's what it wanted, right? For us to bring this thing back. But it probably wouldn't want us to leave and then go tell other people that a treasure like that is still in here. Right? I mean, if I was an artifact hoarding dragon, I wouldn't want my secrets to get out. That's just my thought process.
I guess it's a matter of how well we sell ourselves. Say, hey, we did this one. What else we could do for you? Especially if we, maybe get him to, allow us to live, but we train up some, and then maybe let him know. Oh, by the way, Lexinarthex said you were a bitch, and we could help take care of him for you.
Okay.
I would ask how many dragons you wish to make your enemy in one day.
I'm not trying to make enemies here, but they're not all that nice.
Yes, well, regardless of what you're trying to do and what your intentions were, that dragon is now our enemy.
Look, when it first figured out we were in there, it was our enemy. It wasn't going to let us leave alive, and if we took anything that it had, it would have tracked us down to the ends of the earth. We're in the same position now as we were then, except we're alive.
Yes, I'm not saying that what we did wouldn't have gotten us killed. What I'm saying is you are now talking about making another dragon our enemy purposefully.
I don't want to make it our enemy. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just
It sounds
saying,
like you're suggesting not turning in the item to the dragon.
no, not real. I mean, maybe,
Yes,
but
really.
I just, do we trust it not to kill us? Maybe it already thinks of us as an enemy.
I have a
And we're
clarifying
being naive.
question. So when we fought Luxarnathix, that was a young black dragon. Is that correct?
I mean,
Yes.
Know that.
Yes.
Okay. And would it be fair to say that when we saw the scratches that were 8 inches in width, that shows like it's an adult dragon? Is that fair?
Older than the one you've seen.
Okay. So
Okay.
Xanthos will bring that up. Like, so we fought a young black dragon, and
Well, we
Grimshale.
got our asses handed to us by a young black
Exactly.
That one
Grimshale
was
is
the young
not
one.
a young dragon. She is much older. From though, at least those scratches tell us she's much older. So, if we can't take out the young one, I don't think we should do anything with this older one. We show good graces, but the agreement we said was we'd be bringing back the amulet. All we have to do, in my thoughts, is to have that agreement completed. Is we bring it back. What we do afterwards, that's what all you guys want to think about, because then our agreement's fulfilled. We never said about giving it to her. We said we'd bring it back. But like Whisper is saying, that would be a very terrible idea to make it more upset. So those are things considered.
So, okay. I hope that it holds to its end of the bargain. But what is our game plan if we give it back what it wants and it decides we can't leave here alive?
And that choice is taken out of our hands, and we have to react to the only choice that was given to us.
I mean, to be fair, when me and Xanatos talked to the dragon, it was kind of giving us the chance to live by sending us down here to get it. Because honestly, we would have been that thing would have knocked me and Xanatos out the same way the little one knocked me and Calder out. So I think it just didn't want to have to do the heavy lifting, and it said, "I'll send them. If they come back, great. If they don't, I'll wait till the next group rolls in here, and I'll make them do it."
It is
Well-
odd though that if it's older than Lexi here, then it not just coming down and taking it.
Maybe it's sick or hurt or something.
I mean, it's a
That's
possibility.
maybe
but
hopeful
Powerful
thinking,
beings
though.
often use less powerful beings to do things for them.
True. Yeah.
Just as nobles use peasants and servants to do things for them.
Yeah. Grimshale does have all those kobolds, but then that just begs the question: why didn't she send the kobolds?
Because she told us they would not attack us. And obviously with adventurers, we were killing the kobolds. Why would she send things that were not going to work?
That you guys are missing the point. Why is she wasting her time manipulating us when she could do things herself or have other servants do it? I mean,
Why do gods toy with the lives of mortals?
I don't.
That's
I
how
don't
they
know.
get their kicks.
I think that's an mostly unfair observation about the gods, but we have different beliefs.
Yeah, Ryan, how do you feel?
I
Obi, how
kind
do you
of
feel
get
about
what you're
that?
saying.
What was that?
God's playing with us.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I haven't really.
You're still
I mean,
flip flopping.
I have a circle that has a hole in it that makes me do magical things. You know, to be fair, you know, I also just got knocked out and half burned to death a little while ago. So, it is kind of a, do you trust them? Do you not trust them?
Did the god send you here directly?
Not really.
Huh. I
may
guess
have
you
got
can't blame them for that.
No. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're here.
The philosophical conversation is irrelevant to our actions. We made a promise to the dragon. If we do not fulfill that promise, we then have two dragons who become our enemies.
Oh, I'm all for giving the dragon back the thing we got.
We won't know what the dragon will do until we get there.
I think not planning is a bad idea. I think we should consider our options before we have an adult dragon bearing down on us.
Then our plan should be to try and get away.
That's...
Listen,
Why do I feel like I'm the only one in this plane?
That dragon. You get that, right? You
What?
cannot guarantee to do that every time you cast that spell. That's the way magic
I
works.
know.
There's fail.
I know. I've already thought about that. It worked on the young one. I don't know if it would work again, but that's why I'm saying we should have options. We should think carefully about what we might do if Grimshale turns on us.
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there. Unless we plan on taking another long rest down here and get some real sleep, I'm not doing very much in the terms of keeping any of us, or even like a couple of us, alive. And I don't know how everyone else is feeling down here, but I mean, me and Cal just barely got out of that last one.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I don't think I could pull off another enchantment like that even if I wanted to. So we really don't have any options. We're completely defenseless. If Grimshale decides that we're food and not free, then we're just dead. Unless we come up with something.
So my question was, do we want to attune this before returning it?
Foresight seems like it might be really valuable right now. Would it be able to help us determine if Grimshale is going to keep her end of the bargain and let us leave?
That's actually a really good point.
If we talk to the spirits of the Draconians that lived here, maybe they have some insight on Grimshale that we don't.
That's a good point too.
All right, so Lucas, take one for the team. Start that whole meshing with the item process.
Okay, so you're gonna stop for a short rest, and during your trek up,
another short rest.
Yeah.
So would ours
Where
be
are we
able
in the
to
process of
attune
the trek?
to the amulet while still maintaining concentration?
No,
Oh, all right.
because you cannot short rest and maintain concentration.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure.
You know what I just realized too out of all this? The other end of my rope is missing. That badger got away at some point and I didn't even notice. And I just hold up a piece of acid-ridden rope and I go, son of a bitch, ran away.
Obi, I hate to break it to you, but that badger is a puddle of acid right now.
Yeah, Ryan, I don't know if you remember, but like that water stuff, that's acid. So
all right.
Wait. Did you use it in combat?
No, but I mean, I was kind of like dragging it along with me, like
Wait, but you never
this was
used it in
the
combat.
player's choice here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The player just made this narrative decision. So we're gonna support the player.
I'm gonna go with the fact that I just hold up the rope and we realize that the badger never survived.
And realistically, we couldn't call that badger a pet. It had not been tamed yet.
No, it really wasn't. I was dragging it against its will.
That's animal cruelty.
He'd kidnapped it.
It's probably more kidnapping than cruelty.
You got it melted by a dragon.
To be fair,
It's
he was
pretty
also
cool.
melted by that dragon.
I was melted down with it too.
So, where do we want to take this rest for Celicus to attune to this eye? Does it have to go like in his skull? Do we need to scoop his eye out?
Actually, where are we? How far have we actually traveled?
So you traveled. One thing you did notice was that well, it depends, I guess. So you traveled past the place where you had climbed down, and there's no rope there.
Right, because we brought it down with us.
So you've traveled kind of past that way, past where you kind of fell. So probably going right above where the tunnel, where the slant was starting.
Mm.
Yep. And I think that big spider is not far from here either.
Ars kind of shivers.
So, all right, so you're gonna kind
Spider?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's as good a place as any. Is right at the bottom of this long slide.
of okay.
take
So
a
we're gonna
short-
go to the bottom of the slide. That sounds good to me. And oof, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask for D6s. For the short
Oodalali.
rest.
Ars is gonna keep trying to maintain concentration on the spell, and let everybody knows if it breaks.
It's a 2 for me.
Oh, I do have to roll a d6?
Yes.
Okay.
A 2.
2,
5.
please.
A 4.
4. Okay, so
We're so good at this, causing things to happen on our short rest.
It's all right. If I already thought of my next character, I'm going to play a rogue who thinks he's a cleric.
It's a highly dangerous. Who is attuning?
I'll be attuning to the relic.
Oh,
Okay.
And whatnot.
Perfect. Remind me the spell ours is concentrating on.
Suggestion.
Thank you. Okay. Perfect. That helps me. Just trying to get all this back in my head. Okay. In that case, you are staying there, so I'll let everyone give me a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go again.
15, 1-5.
1.
9.
Ooh,
9.
an 18.
Natural 1 for 2. I'll be sending in my letter of resignation soon. From
Hey, I
11.
also got a natural 1 for 1.
11.
I'm really enraptured by these gloves.
Okay. So 19 was the highest, I believe?
18.
18.
18. Okay. So 18. You begin to see strange glow of light. It's like refracting against the walls. And coming just around the corner into view, you see a being with rough humanoid shape, 2 legs, 2 arms, but enormous. Shoulders 10 feet wide, made of shining blue, red, and yellow crystal.
Guys, we have company. What is that thing?
It's a rock.
It's very pretty, but everything in here wants to kill us. I'm guessing that thing's the same.
Anybody
It's
speak
a
primordial?
Regrettably, no.
Rock.
I'm going to call out to it and Celestial. It's shiny, so maybe it knows the language of angels too. I don't know. That might be
Okay.
too much to ask for.
We'll just scoot away from ours a little bit.
Xanatos will actually go in front of ours since he's one who's holding concentration. So.
Sorry.
Ours is he's going to call out to the crystal thing, the giant crystal man thing, in Celestial. It's very beautiful, very elegant, yet very alien, distinctly alien language. Kind of lilts. And he says hello.
Thanatos will say, "Yeah, what he said."
Can I just put up a minor illusion of just like a wall in front of me so they can't see me?
So you call out, it immediately turns and begins running the crystal sharpening. As it does appear to have understood your words, but recognizes you as an intruder. Everyone can roll initiative.
Why does everything in here want to kill us?
Because we
gonna
keep
ask
talking to it.
I was gonna ask if I could cast Spare the Dying on myself.
Matt, I thought we had a really good conversation before. I thought we were connecting.
5.
Listen,
If we're
rest have
blaming anybody,
consequences.
It's
18, 1-8.
the people that rolled 2s. So me, Bobby. Oh no!
Don't forget my
no,
Bobby
one.
rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1.
No, sorry. So it was me, Molly, and who else rolled a 2 on the D6? Yeah.
All right, Ars, what'd you get for initiative?
5.
Okay. So perfect. All right, we will theater of the mind this little thing because you're in a small little tunnel. So for these purposes, if you are more than 20 feet away from it, you will not have line of sight. You will be around a corner. So a little thing of the terrain here. So Calder, you get to go first.
Am I within line of sight currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say at this point it's 10 feet away.
All right. I will bonus action. I don't really want to. I don't want to get within 5 feet of it, so I'm gonna bonus action summon a pike because I'm gonna test things. It's made of rock. I'm gonna try and poke it because that's how mining works.
Is that like summon legendary adventurer? I don't know that spell. Sorry, I caught up. But I was like, hi.
Oh, amazing!
Nice.
I love
That's the
it.
best spell ever.
All right. So I will attack for 19.
Okay, with a 19, you pierce and shatter some of the crystal.
Oh, that's pretty good. 11 damage.
Okay, is that considered magical?
Yes, because it's my summoned. Well, actually, you tell me because it's from my feature.
Feature.
Let's see.
Do you get just become magical leader? Is the bigger question.
Let me see. Hold on. As a bonus action, you conjure a packed weapon in your hand, a simple or martial weapon of your choice with which you bond or create a bond with a magic weapon you touch. You can't bond with a magic weapon if someone else is attuned to it, or if another warlock is bonded with it. Until the bond ends, you have proficiency with the weapon, and you can use it as a spellcasting focus. Whenever you attack with the bonded weapon, you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dex. You can cause the weapon to deal necrotic, psychic, or radiant, or its normal damage type. So I guess not.
Yeah, it is not, because you could make it a magic by getting a magic weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you're going to do regular, or you're going to choose a damage type?
I'm still going at it with the idea of you attack rocks with a pickaxe. So
Okay, all right. It's piercing.
Yeah.
So it does seem to be resistant to that. It only cracks a little bit.
Ah, bloody hells. It's not like regular rock. And I back up 30 feet.
Nice. And then Seleucus.
I'm gonna run on up and draw my new Dragon Slayer longsword. And I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
Means you get you a Dragon Defender shield next.
18.
18 hits.
6
Ooh.
Yeah,
slashing.
it's like the same damage I did.
And it's magical.
Yes, it does. It goes through the defenses, severing one of the crystals right off. Anything else?
That is it.
Orion.
All right. I'm gonna pull my shield up, get my scimitar out, and I'm gonna run in with Seleucus, and I'm gonna take a swipe at this thing as well.
That's
But
not gonna work.
I'm gonna use True Strike because I'm gonna try to make it radiant damage as I
Ooh.
strike down on it, and my sword begins to glow. So let's see if 21 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Nice. All right. So that is nice. So that'll be 9, and I'm using radiant damage instead of slashing with True Strike.
Very nice. Crystals begin to burn and fall off.
I don't see it work. Because I'm 30 feet back.
And that will be my turn.
Very good. All right. Then Xanatos.
All right. So Xanatos will go up to the creature to attack with his new axe that he just feels very strong and powerful with, and doesn't think anything wrong is going to happen. So that is a 23,
That hits.
Oh, wow.
and that is a 9. Oh, sweet, 13
Ooh.
magic damage.
Very good. A huge crack down the center.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Your Lark.
Is this a large creature?
Yes.
Is there any space above its head between the top of the cave?
I
Right.
mean, not really. There's not a space there.
Okay. So we're only in a 10-foot high space.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Is there a way I could position a let me double check this, a 10-foot radius sphere so that it hits only this creature and none of my allies? I don't know if too many people are surrounding it or not.
Yeah, I mean, they're all surrounding it.
Okay, then
So there's not a good way to do that.
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're just gonna try this because I don't see any other big options. So I'm gonna reach down. Can I find a loose rock? If not, I'll just use my dagger.
Yeah,
But
you can definitely find a loose rock.
Okay, I scoop that up real quick, and I begin to focus on the rock, and the rock begins to levitate up right in front of me, and I put both hands and I kind of focus on the rock, and the rock begins to rotate in place faster and faster and faster and faster, and then like being launched from a rail gun, I catapult it into the face of the creature. And it has to make a dexterity 13 saving throw.
Ooh. That is a 6.
Woo!
Nice.
All right. Now the thing I don't know is if this counts as magical bludgeoning damage or if it's just regular bludgeoning damage. Because it's just a rock that I accelerated with magic.
So this is catapult.
Yes.
I'd count it as magical.
Okay, great. All right. So that's 14. So that's 24 bludgeoning damage as
Holy
this rock
shit, you
slams
magical.
into
Oh,
Crystal Face.
All right, they're correct. Boom! It's barely holding together.
And the I'm gonna move back a little bit. It's like, oh, that took a lot out of me, but it looks somebody finish it off, please.
Ours.
All right. So ours is going to try and stay back behind everybody and prioritizing not losing concentration. However, he begins whispering into his hand. He covers his mouth, and he starts whispering words of magical words into his palm, creating a swirling sphere of sound and air, which he then launches. He makes this flourishing gesture and launches this sphere of thunderous energy out at the crystal golem, whatever it is.
Nice.
All right, this is Sorceress Blast. It's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. And 3 thunder damage.
Okay, definitely takes all 3. Slight step back.
Ours is going to try and keep as much distance from it as he can, without breaking line of sight.
Nice. Whisper.
Yep. Whisper will move to where she can see it and is going to Eldritch Blast.
Woohoo!
It's a 19 to hit
Yes.
Nice.
for 5 force damage.
Okay. Very good.
And
Ve-
that's her.
Very on its last leg. Think. Yeah, it will place its hands down into the ground as crystals begin to form up around the feet. See here of Seleucus, Orion, Xanatos. Everyone else is more than 10 feet back.
Mm-hmm.
And I need deck saves, please.
From everybody?
Nope,
No,
3
first
people
off.
named.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
10.
5.
Yes.
Flashback.
Flashback?
Okay. So, I would think that, at this point, Xantos, having, his new weapon would actually remember of, when he first became a paladin and where he was drastically looked different, where he had long black hair and where he had golden armor instead of white, and where he was presented first his sword and his shield, to where he received all these great things for a life that he truly wanted, but then to just show the contrast of where he is, just how it's black and white 9 day, just completely different. Him now being in this broken armor, white hair, and a blood red great axe.
Love it. As you kind of think of the Soli and what you become, trying to find peace between the two. Yes, roll again. 22.
That's a natural 20.
Nice. Okay. In that case, you quickly move as the crystals try to envelop you as you watch as your other two friends are fully encased in crystal. So you are restrained. And for the moment, there's the cover situation going on. And the two of you would take 6 bludgeoning damage from this. It's essentially, I try to keep its ground and colder.
All right, I will move back up to within line of sight.
Nice.
And I'm going to be like, poking it doesn't work. And I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast it from the
Nice.
tip of the pike. 18.
That hits.
Ooh, nice. 10 force damage.
Oh, very good. That, it almost gets knocked back another foot. And Celicus, you're caged up.
I would like to try to break myself out.
Yes, give me a straight strength check, please.
Ugh, a 7.
Oof, you bang against this rock cage. Encased in fine crystal.
One would even say I'm in a glass cage of emotion.
All right.
Milk
Anything
was a
else?
bad choice.
And then we'll go to Orion.
Can I still attack through the bars of this?
Oh yeah, with the cage. Unfortunately, no. You are. It is like a fully encased here.
Oh, okay, then I will. Same thing. I'm gonna start trying to rock this thing and see if I can try to break myself out.
Okay, trying to rock here. I'll let you do dexterity.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, natural 20 for 23.
Okay, then the action you're able to spin it around as you get it to fall and shatter. And as it does, pieces kind of fly out, stinging you a little bit for 8 slashing damage.
Ah!
So you're bloodied and out. Anything for a bonus action?
No, I don't have anything left unless I can cast Spare the Dying on myself before I go down. But no.
Xanatos.
Alright, I'll do the same thing, just hit it with the Great Axe. Does it 11 hit?
It does not. It sparks off the crystal.
And I should have done a different one. Okay, and then this time though, I'm gonna use my movement to who's left? I guess try to maneuver myself so whoever's at the top of the order, I think it's Calder, so that way they'll get flanking on the next turn if for some reason we get to that point.
All right. Alaric.
Okay. Well. Yeah. I'm just going to quickly do the somatic motions, conjure a ball of fire into my hand and send a firebolt at this large crystalline feature. Maybe I can break off an important piece.
Nice.
For a 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Maybe something important got exposed for 7 fire damage.
Okay, definitely takes full fire.
Nice.
And how do you want to kill it?
Yeah, so the damage that everybody else has been doing, there's something important got exposed somewhere in there, and Alar just gets lucky and it happens to just incinerate the important bits buried within, and it catches flame, which is actually kind of pretty when all of the fire goes off inside all the crystals and the refraction of the light, and it just kind of heals over.
Yes. So it falls, and once of it seems to disintegrate into the earth. Here. Is that what you want to do?
Pull the rest of the glass out of my arm.
Yeah, I'm guessing like the cages fall down, like around Selkis.
They last about a minute more before they begin to.
Okay.
Go away here.
Did it leave anything, like in its remains, the creature, like crystals or something like that?
A golem
Silicus
heart.
breathe inside?
What?
Can Celicus breathe inside the...
Oh, we're able to break it out. I would say, can you take
Okay.
your time to?
Cool.
So you do see that looting around here within the remains, you can find a combination of sapphires, rubies, and emeralds that total 500 gold. In addition, you find a flawless diamond that has the value of 1,000 gold.
I have never been so glad that we got attacked.
How much was
Gems
the
are great for
stuff?
So what?
What was the question?
Xanatos just got banished to the Shadow Realm, it seems.
Oh no!
Finally, it's
Oh,
not
no.
me.
He's gone. Ain't never coming back.
Meanwhile, Orion, Celicus is going to kind of just like snort in displeasure of being locked up in a cage, and then he's going to rub his hands together and you're gonna get some help.
Thank you.
Do you ever accidentally
11.
shock people, Celicus? Oh, he's back.
Yes. Were you having your character ask a question, Mikey?
I just wanted to ask how much the ruby sapphire stuff was worth. I know the diamond was 1,000, but
500 gold total.
Ours would then comment saying, precious gems can be really useful for powerful spell casting. Yeah, Alaric?
Some, yes. Trying to think. I suppose there's chromatic orb requires a diamond, I believe, but that one looks like it's worth quite a bit more than what would be needed for that spell. The others, I think diamonds are used in by
Resurrection magic.
right. Some of the orders of clerics and paladins.
I have access to divine magic too, but I don't know if that's a talent I'll ever develop.
It would be a useful one. especially if we keep getting attacked while we're trying to rest.
Yeah.
So immediate question, do we tempt
Start
the fates
over?
again and try again, or keep going? I'm willing to try again. We might need it to get out of here. Those that are able to rest up.
How far do we think those houses are?
I mean, they're a good ways away. You're likely to you have a good chance of meeting up with the dragon because it met you before then,
That's right.
or technically after, but before you would go this direction.
We also still haven't gotten any answers from the eye. If that was kind of the reason we were doing it in the first place.
That's right. Back to it, I guess.
Lovely. Oh, and to answer your question, ours, when I was a foundling, yes, I set lots of things on fire with electricity.
Glad to know I'm not the only one with such a childhood. You don't do that anymore, though, right?
I mean, we're surrounded by stone, not much to light on fire.
Well, we're surrounded by stone for now, but if we ever choose to like rest in an inn or something, I gotta know whether or not I should give myself a fire escape or not.
So I think we're attempting a short rest again.
Very good. With that, you do complete your short rest.
Nice.
Thanks, Matt.
Woohoo!
Huzzah!
Yay!
Like they're never gonna go if I don't give them the short rest.
Obi, how hurt were you still?
Not much now. Selkis did quite a bit for her.
Because if we were going to start another rest, I would have just healed you, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, I will take the difference to get back to full if that's going to help.
What the hell does this thing scale? By additional 2, so it's going to be 4d4 plus 3. For some reason, the feat spell is not being shown in Upcast, so 17. I rolled really good.
That gets me back to full.
Was anybody else hurt?
I'm okay.
Celicus.
I'm good. So I have attuned to the eye of the firstborn.
Ooh.
Gauntlet of Ogre Power for me.
So it's advantage on all saving throws. Right?
It's got 3 different things.
Yeah. The
It's in
protection
loop
of
there, right?
scales is the one. Yeah. I had written it like a short version of it in my notes. A shorthand version, I mean. The loot.
I
Okay.
think there are 2 inspos in chat.
So throughout the short rest, ours is just kind of continuing to concentrate, like sitting down, laying against the wall, just focusing.
It is not in loot.
What's that?
No, all the other
I don't see
items
it.
were.
Oops, sorry about that.
It's okay. It happens. We loot a dragon's hoard. We get a bunch of stuff.
Thought I gave it. Okay, how we got here? Okay. All right.
Take off restrained.
All right. I think that's it. Loot.
Ah. Okay, so
Perfect. So you attune.
Celicus would specifically ask Alaric. So what question am I supposed to be asking?
Oh, right.
Because from what I gather, I only really get one question.
And let's see. Well,
Does it even have to be a question? Can it just be a like, tell me everything you know about Grimshale?
that's a possibility. But I'm not certain. It could. You could ask.
I'm pretty sure it's only one question. I don't know how I know. I think it's the connection to the magics that say you may ask one question per long rest.
Yes. Well, again, attunement does give you this information. That is like you do intuitively know what is going on. I would say though, as you do attune, for a moment, everything around you vanishes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And it's so exciting for mine. Everything around you vanishes, and you see the sky, a floating part of Draconia itself. Around it, 12 different trees, each blossoming. An array of colors between the 12. As you turn, you can see the dark shadow of the frigid doom. The dragon. It crashes into the main building. From here, you can see glass shatter, ice surge throughout the floating city, freezing citizens, children instantly as they crack under the strain. Soon the city begins to fall. As the silence begins to fall, stones pulse away. They fade almost like it's ejecting. People are thrown off. And you see the 12 trees' roots wrapped around what appears to be some type of metal container, a vault of some type, a large door as it falls. The trees break, and you see pieces, small tiny shards of metal seem to come from each tree, breaking out. They glow and begin to zoom about the city, grabbing pieces, seemingly attaching them to the falling rock. And as they do, you can just see what you think will one day be the center map stone that you came across amongst the reconstructing city. And as the vault falls, you can see upon the door is a place for a 12-sided emblem to be put. And the pieces seem to scatter themselves and move, and you can't see where they end. But just before it hits the ground, you get a vision inside the vault of 5 helmets, all in the rough shape of the head of a dragon. Sorry, 4 to be specific. And then your vision ends. And everything, you see your friends beside you. And you are safe once more.
Before Celicus reacts to all of this, you said that the helmets, there were 5 helmets in the rough shape of the head of a dragon, meaning
Yes.
like each individual helmet looks like a dragon's head kind of thing.
Yes, I misspoke. There's 4.
4 helmets. Thank you. What you guys see is Celicus had started talking to Alaric, immediately breaks off mid-sentence and is just staring into space. Like just past, like as if he's staring right through Alaric. Alaric has finished talking back. Nothing.
Celicus? Are you okay?
Did the gemstone break her?
Is this supposed to happen?
He loudly gasps as like he's brought back into his body, and he kind of takes a step back.
What's wrong, Celicus?
Very visibly flinches, and he's like,
Did you forget how to breathe? That happens to me sometimes.
I think my mind just attuned to the relic completely. And there was a vision. It was... I saw the destruction of Draconia all over again. Except there were these trees. 12 trees, and there were these things inside of them. They ended up making that the map stone that we found with the map. It made it, and then there's an emblem that I think is broken up into different pieces, a 12-sided emblem, and inside the vault is these helmets, and they all are in the shape of a dragon's head, and by the ancients. It's like it's seared into my brain every time I close my eyes.
It sounds traumatizing.
At least you didn't have to scoop out your eyeball to attune to that item, though.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Especially since we're supposed to give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you hanging in there, Celicus?
Fine. I'm fine.
We're here for you if you need us.
He takes like a really deep breath and kind of like, you could tell that it's like a meditation technique because like he breathes in, holds for 5, then releases, and it's like on the same like 5, 5, 5 breathing motion. I'm fine.
That rough, huh? Well, did you learn anything?
Well, there was the story about the emblem and the helmets and the trees and
Yeah, she just said it, man.
Yeah, I know. I heard all of that, but I was hoping there was more.
So I guess the dilemma, at least for me, thinking out loud, is that if we decide we want to try and find these 12 things to complete an emblem to unlock a hidden door to obtain 4 dragon-headed masks, the easiest way to find clues to the location of the emblems would be to ask the spirit once a day and get it in, right?
Right.
But
And I
if we,
believe since this item gave Celicus this vision, I think it'd be possibly more forthcoming than if we were to ask it about Grimshale, but that probably brings to what a Lark's dilemma is Grimshale.
Yeah.
That leaves
That's
us
why
between a rock and a hard place, but in this instance, the rock is a dragon and the hard place is another dragon.
yeah. God, so I hope we make it out of this alive. All of this is a little over my head.
so throwing out another idea is that we use the mask, or sorry, not the mask, the eye. We use the eye now to ask our one question on where the nearest what did you say it was, piece of the emblem is, and we get an answer, and then we decide, do we want to go searching for that, or do we want to take the eye back to Grimshale? But I think at the very least we can at least expend the use that we have to ask one question.
The thing is that the answers we're going to get back are going to be cryptic in nature. Very much, here is some ancient wisdom that you can interpret your own way.
Unless we ask a question that doesn't have an answer like that, like, where's the nearest emblem on this map? And we hold up the map for the dead, and they point, and then we just mark an X there.
That's pretty smart, Calder.
But
And I've got muscles.
then it could say there and not point to anything, and then we're left where we were.
I was thinking that it's possible that when we get a some kind of clue from the spirit, it might coincide with writing on the map already. We might be able to cross-reference. But as far as what we can do now is Seleucus can ask the question to the spirit. And get our cryptic answer and proceed from there.
So, what are you guys thinking? Are we going to ask about the emblem or about whether or not Grimshale is going to kill us all?
Whisper, you've been pretty good with understanding how things are going to play out. What is your suggestion?
So before the vision came, a question was going to be asked. We should ask a question. And I'm, lived among the Fae, so I'm very big on completing your promises so that bad things don't happen. That's just my opinion. I guess I just don't know how many lives treasure is worth to all of you.
Well, I do want to say my first thought is to ask the question, get a clue, return the gem, leave altogether, regroup, rest, regroup, come back in and see if we can find where the clue leads us to. Second expedition.
I agree with that. We have a lot of treasure. We can get a lot of different supplies. We can really amp up and then come back down. That is a great idea, Lorik.
But
Yep, I'm all for it. And I'm like, Obi, check it out. Touch it. Touch it.
It doesn't count if you cheat by getting them.
It's just the results that matter.
what if Grimshale... Well, what if Grimshale shows back up again? We come back down here after being told to leave.
Grimshale never told us to leave. Grimshale asked us to do a favor, and then I'm sure we would be at least neutral respect.
He called us intruders.
We were.
And now then we are welcome. Because we
can come back as friends.
I don't know about that. She seemed very hostile towards us and is only tolerating us because we're doing this for her.
Unless one of you can see the future, we're not going to know what Grimshale's going to do.
Yeah,
That's my
point.
fault.
You have that
Exactly.
ability.
Thank you.
So we have to do what we were going to do anyway. Of course, if people are worried about being killed, you can always just send in the two who made the agreement.
Yeah, I'm not leaving
However,
Obi by himself.
I will be going with them.
Making the agreement did kind of save all of our butts. So I wouldn't want to...
So there seems to be, you want to know, you're trying to figure out what question to ask, yeah?
Right. And so...
I'm planning to the next adventure. I'm going to think positively that Grimshale will be like, hey, you honored your bargain or your promise. Be on your way.
Above table, I think we need to ask the question to where the new treasure is, and then quickly go do the Grimshale thing, because I think we're going to spin our wheels a whole lot more if we keep talking about Grimshale.
Yeah.
I agree. I think you want to. I think get whatever question you want to get, and let's get to Grimshale. I think because we're going in circles. Because you're like, what's Grimshale going to do? You don't know. I would say anything you'd ask, hey, as we go in, what positions do we want to take to, in case something goes awry? But that's about it.
Yeah.
That's I think.
ours is a lot more pessimistic about Grimshale.
Okay. What question?
So Best idea for the question is, oh, we're going to be coming at this from a different place when we return. So, sorry, I'm trying to think ahead. Like, we leave, we come back with the information. What's the quickest route to the nearest emblem from where we enter? So if we're coming back to find emblems when we return, what's the quickest way to get there from the entrance? Is my thing.
Was this emblem split into like 12 pieces or something like that, or is it just like a 12-sided thing? Is it like one thing that's 12 sides, or is it like
into pieces?
Okay.
Yes.
So I would make sure to ask like where all the pieces are, like that way, because we just leads us to one, then we got to search for 11 more.
Well, I think we have to search for 11 more, regardless.
But we can ask where the other 11 are as well in one question. Where are all the pieces rather than just where's a piece?
Well, if this works like a sort of commune spell, then asking for all 12 at once in a small sentence is going to be very confusing, I think. If we want the best chance at finding at least one piece, I think it needs to be specific, and then the answer will be focused on one piece and give us a better shot of finding that.
What about in what order? No, never mind. Sorry, just
So I was looking at the map. One of the first things we encountered was the 5 archways, right? That had the X5, and it had the chorus to the hymn, the Ballad of Rebirth. Maybe we could use that in the question to try and narrow down where the closest piece of the emblem is.
I mean, that sounds as reasonable as anything.
When we get out of here, do you guys think we should tell the League of Miracles about the dragons? And
Let's worry about that later.
Yeah, let's focus on this.
Too far.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, the question: where is the closest piece of the 12-sided emblem from the room of 5 archways? I don't know if that's too vague.
What if I asked about where the closest one from the map stone?
Which room had the map stone? Was it the room of the 10 hallway?
All the buildings.
It was in that central
city
area of all of those buildings.
It's where the new construction was.
Yeah.
It was the thing that had the lights on it. And I was like, maybe that's where they are currently working, or maybe those are the tunnels that are already done.
That could work. We just need to know that we'll be traveling past mimics and across the bridgeway to return there.
That's stuff we're worrying about later, right?
No, we wouldn't be.
The goal is to find where the piece is.
We wouldn't be because the mimics and that bridge all happened before we got to the map stone. We have to cross back through the slippery path. We have to go.
Yeah, the map stone was on the after the narrow walkway. There were 3 doors. We went into 3 doors?
Yes.
3 doors. So we went into one. And then through that door was the map stone. It's very near where my first character died.
Yes. So above table, real quick, just to make it clear, I was thinking if we could avoid going back through the mimic room and the causeway, like of narrow bridges, if we got different directions from the room of 5 archways. Because the room with 5 archways that had the X5 and the hymn, the chorus of the hymn, was before we got to the room of mimics and things, I believe.
Right, the room of 5 archways was right after the room of mimics.
It was
And
right after the room of
cross.
mimics?
Yeah, right after
Yes,
the room of mimics.
100%.
Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. I thought it was before.
Nope,
Okay,
it was
then we got to do that anyway. So yeah, map room sounds great. that
So
I
it
confused
was
myself.
mimics, then 5 archway room.
Oh,
And
okay.
we went down a tunnel. We chose which direction to go,
Yeah.
which led us to the narrow bridge to
Yep.
so
So, yeah,
100%
map room is good. The closest piece of the 12-sided emblem from the map room.
Okay. Is this what we're asking, Celicus?
Yes. Verbatim is where is the closest piece of the 12-sided emblem from the mapstone? I wrote it down.
that I saw break up in my vision.
And Celicus's eyes gloss over,
Oh boy.
and out of their mouth comes lightning, then fire, a green gas, thunder, acid, bright light. They swirl, making images of flying dragons. And they begin to speak to all of you. Each one is taking its turn. Beneath the stone, where whispers creep, through winding paths and caverns deep, where flames are bright, yet shadows grow, the blossom rests with scales below. Right? Seek the hall where embers gleam, and crowns of pride guard stolen dreams. That serpent rules, its prize held tight, in cunning claws beneath dim light. And then they return in to Celicus.
Me too, Mikey. Me too.
So you all got that, right? Like, because I can picture it exactly like where we're gonna find this thing.
Yeah.
Above table, I tried so hard to like write it down, and I have like pretty good like words per minute, but man, that was tough.
Yeah. I got bits of it, but
That was spooky.
yeah, that was 5 voices kind of all mixed in. But good to know.
It kind of sounded like
Not the GM having to go through 12 different pages until you all landed on your dang question.
We took so long so that you could have time to go through the pages.
Wait, they want all 12? Wait, okay. No, you're good. Sorry. It was just funny.
The serpent rules its prize held tight in cunning claws beneath dim light. It sounds like it's being kept by a dragon.
Okay, I kind of want to cheat here. Like above table, could we roll to see if this gives us like a hint of where to go, like an investigation or perception or something?
Well, did we want to?
I mean, here's the thing: you can, but you also probably aren't going to look for it before you leave, are you?
100%. Thank you, GM, for keeping us on track.
I mean, to be fair, when we get out of here, we don't have to tell people how we found this information, but we could always do a little research ourselves,
Right.
and that might help us get where we need to go.
So
And real quick into Mikey, you are always free to quote unquote cheat and do the check. I won't offer it because some people find it fun to kind of go through, but that is always an option if you would like to get some stuff.
Immediate next question. Should we return the eye of the firstborn unattuned? Do we think that's important?
So Xantos will speak. Like, I just know if someone gave me my stuff back and they put all their names all over it, it's no longer my stuff, and I'd be pretty upset.
I bring that up because it is a concern, but also it might take another hour of us sitting down here, and who knows what would happen.
So many short runs.
Listen, we agreed to return it, and we will be returning it.
Okay.
Did she
I trust
specifically
Whisper.
stipulate we could not attune to it or research it?
I trust Whisper. Let's go with what Whisper said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to know, did she say that? It's very important how she worded it.
I don't think she did, but also she's not a fae. We think she might be a dragon, and maybe she's an evil one. Maybe she doesn't keep her promises. Maybe she's just trying to manipulate us and
I
Okay.
think we're
toss us
backtracking.
away.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. Let's go.
We gotta
It's
find a
precise.
right. We gotta find a way up the slide.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a stairway that like we never went down or we never went up because
We just
went
took
down?
that.
Oh, okay.
We took it to get to the bottom of the slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You're good.
Yeah. So you have this, you know that possibly something interesting could come down here. You also know at the top of this there was a spidery beam.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Take it. Take it slow and steady. Is my. I mean, because if we mess up, we're sliding back down and maybe falling in a hole, right? Do we want to tie ourselves together so
So that if one of us fall, we all fall?
well so that the others can catch you?
But there's no footing. It's a slide.
I mean, I'll just say this: if we get almost all the way up there and then only one of us falls back down and falls into that hole, they're probably going to die.
Yeah, I know.
And if we're all tied together, I can catch all of us.
Yeah, so can I if you can't do it. So yeah, you're probably right. That'd probably be best for the group as a whole.
Okay. So I'll get out my rope.
And I
So
do
that-
have javelins. Like they're not pythons, but like maybe they could be like in whatever that word is. Not improper, but
Improvise.
improvise. Thank you. Improvise pythons.
So tie us all together and start trying to work our way up.
Before we attempt this, I just want to let you guys know. We only have another 4 hours to get out of here before that dragon is no longer under my spell. So let's make our time count.
Good to know.
So
Onward.
Okay,
Careful.
so you're just climbing up kind of normally, just grabbing things and all that.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, moving up, this is about careful movement. So I will accept acrobatics. I think stealth or sleight of hand. You've got like kind of 3 choices, though all dex based.
Yeah, it's the same for all of those for me.
What about
What was for me?
athletics? Since like it is like using strength as well to climb up.
I am going to use my lucky to roll that again.
So to avoid the consequence of going up this, it's more about careful movement.
Okay, got it.
I'm giving you the
That's fair.
climb. So that's
Oh no.
All right, I got a dirty 20.
okay.
Got a
dirty
nat
20.
I got a natural 1 for a 6.
So Calder and the brothers got nat ones. Okay.
I got that one too.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
That's cool.
I also got a nat 1. I don't
Maybe
understand.
Maybe we go with 1 foot and then we fall because we're
All the
climbing so far.
Stay
ones.
down here, you guys. The dice gods say we're not allowed to leave.
4 nat 1s means this was supposed to happen. Whatever happens is supposed to happen.
It's a canon
I think we
event.
summon the Tarrasque.
Nerd from has
what
been
is that?
dying to paint it.
4 nat 1s, so it's 1 in 20, then 1 in 400, then 1 in
Like 1600
16,
and 3200.
1 in 3200 chance. We summoned the Tarrasque.
But no, I think it gets bigger than that. Anyway, yeah.
All right. So, with that, as you move, you fall down hard onto slippery rock. It echoes, cracks forming in the walls around and up as a fissure opens and water begins pouring down. You look, there's a blast of light as though sun's coming in from the water source above, but the water just barrels here, picking you guys up. Now this would be a strength saving throw.
Cool.
I don't really do those, guys.
It's a straight roll for me.
17.
Also 17.
12.
2.
I got a 9.
Yes, 22.
Ooh.
I'm going to use my second and last lucky to reroll that.
I'm going to use my inspiration from my recap.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of the inspirations that was given in the chat.
Nah, those are you gotta do those before though. Can't do them after.
Correct with the ones from the chat, yes.
Oh, okay.
Heroic inspiration is a reroll. So if you still have your heroic inspiration from being oh, wait, never mind, you're not a human. Sorry.
Okay. So DC here is 13. All right. So all right,
I got
so let me
worse.
get this. So I want to get my failures here. So Alec failed, Orion failed. Did Whisper fail, it look like? I thought? Or no? You got high because you got before.
17,
Okay.
yeah.
Just the 2? Elric and Orion
And ours.
and ours.
Ours did great on his dex check, but
Okay.
strength save was garbage.
All right. So, you three are pulled with the water, just down, slamming against walls for a total of 8 bludgeoning damage. And then down into a now filling what seems to be pool, a hole large enough as you push down to the bottom of it. And the
Matt,
water, what?
I think we were all tied together.
So are we all drowning now?
Oh, that's right, the tying together. Cool. Those of you who succeeded, I need a DC 20 strength save. If I get more successes than failures, then they will not go away.
I would like to use
I would like to use one of those. I would like to use one of the ones in the chat.
I missed it by 1. I got a 19.
Yeah, I had to
Fun.
roll a natural 20 to get that. So
Okay. Hey.
Oh,
So as I can do with this. Okay, so this is how we're going to resolve it. So you all pulled the rope length here. You guys are not. Essentially, you're not being. I guess this is the choice I'll give you. You're being pulled. Because you got the rope together, you can stop yourselves right before you would be pulled into this pool and be put in this drowning situation. I want to be very clear. But you'd have to cut the rope. And the bonus of the rope means you are close right now to possibly offer aid where you'd be far away. And you wouldn't have taken damage. But if you don't cut the rope, you are in the same boat.
I want to propose shenanigans.
Okay.
Can I use my axe to slam it into the wall? That way I can hold myself and possibly everyone with me and just do another strength save of some sort.
Okay. This would have to be a devil's bargain. So
Okay.
I would give the strength save. However, a fail means it. I've got a much worse thing for everybody. But you get to save everybody.
Do it.
No.
Nope.
The devil's bargain.
Can I also say ours needs to roll for losing concentration?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It already occurred to me. I was like, ooh.
Well, you
this
just
is
took
gonna be-
bludgeoning damage, so you would have to roll.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
yeah,
Well,
keep
Okay.
devil's bargain.
We've in the
do
process
it.
pseudo backtracked that right this
Yeah.
second.
What would
Yeah.
the DC be for the devil's bargain?
Oh,
Definitely not 10.
I thought he meant for the con save.
17.
Okay, I'm gonna think about it.
We go on break while Mikey thinks on it.
I think let's go on break, and then we're going to come back to this. That's actually a good
Oh
call.
man, this is intense. This is about to be really bad.
Let's do it.
All right. Get on back. Good.
It's possible that there's another inspo in chat. Just FYI.
All right. So what are we thinking here, Xanatos?
Okay. I have two clarifying questions. One, there is another inspo in chat, correct? Like if only one's been used? Okay. Okay. My second question.
No. 2 were used. Somebody very nice added another one after we all went to break.
Whoever did that, thank you so much. Okay. if I do this, like here's my second clarifying question. Okay, so the water's coming down. So like what does it look like? Are people like underwater and like they're being swept away? Is like the water like what is?
Yeah, the water's coming down and they're being like pulled. They're being swept away by the water.
And everyone's underwater.
It's pushing everyone. So what you'll do is you'd get them. People won't like be drowning in the stream. You'll have held them fast, so the water's just rushing past them. They're still going to take the damage because they'll be bumping into other things, but they will not be in the drowning situation.
Okay.
So you will take care of the drowning.
Okay. I do have my answer. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Okay. But as I do it, I just want to yell out Orion in the hopes that maybe a guidance can be cast very quickly to do so. That's why I asked if they were above water, so just check on that.
Gotcha. Remind me, see, Orion, did you make or fail your save?
I don't think he's back yet.
I think Orion failed.
Oh, there he is.
Ryan?
Can't hear you, man.
I'm here.
Okay. Remind me, did you fail your save?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to allow the guidance then. In that case, there's Xanatos.
Okay, that's fair. I will accept that. Okay.
But you still have advantage.
Yep, I still have advantage. Yeah. And I do have a plan. Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll with advantage for a strength saving throw for a DC 17. That was what was agreed upon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That was 13. I want to do a flashback.
You want to do what?
Flashback.
Flashback. Okay.
So, at
Okay,
the
this has to
time,
link to a character. This needs to give us depth between Xanatos and another character.
okay, that's fine. I can do that for
Let it
sure.
happen.
Okay. So, with that, I want to make sure I get the right person because we have so many people here. Okay. So, with Xantos, when he was still like all black hair and kind, that he reflects back to. Oh, Torsten's dead. Never mind.
Not another player character, right?
Yeah, another player character.
Player character.
Oh, yes. Another player character.
Shoot, forgot Torsten was dead.
Well,
Up here, Bobby.
there we go.
He's
That.
not dead. He got better and left.
Okay. All right. Here's
You're not
the
gonna
other
find
one.
him when you go back.
So thinking about like when like how he became paladin, of how he went to his like famous mage ally, like the one who like brought him in to becoming a paladin, of like that's how just learning about a pirate who was also a cleric, which happened to be Orion, of how we have that similar encounter of seeing a pirate somehow in a temple that was supposed to be sacred, but you see Orion just walking through dressed like a pirate and realizing, okay, like maybe there's more than one path to like enlightenment for him to understand that it's not just following all the rules, but like there's gray area into it. Does that work?
So, what would be the beginning of that conversation as Orion and Xanatos meet?
So I would say that Xanthos would see a pirate and would go up to him and being very like trying to be formal, say, "How are you here when obviously you are not one of the faith?"
And meeting you, one doesn't have to have, one can't have faith and be dressed the way I am. Who's to say that I don't just bring faith to those that I'm around every day? And we dress the way we wish.
So you're able to follow your path, but in a way that still holds true to you.
I mean, I was once told a very wise proverb that was, when educating the mind without educating the heart, then there's no education at all. And that kind of goes for religion as well.
And I think Xanthos like that he would like just like nod and like reflect on that, like again cycling through his beliefs.
Okay, so now we go into this moment. How is Xanatos pulling upon that memory to give him one little burst of strength for this next roll?
So with Xanthos' path of just like how like this is not a path like an ideal paladin would have gone down, of just like everything that's going through it. But and he got this crew together to go find answers. But he's now starting to see this crew that they're going in their own path, but it's all brought them together. And so even though that like he's a little bit more selfish now, that it kind of like reignites that initial spark of like trying to wanting to help people, but he's able to do it now in his way.
Okay. As he bears that, he's got to help him in his own way, changing his stance from the one he was taught to one maybe better suited. Roll that dice. Flat.
Yeah. Run!
All right, and with that stance, the axe bites into the ground, so that those carried, I think that was around ours, are just kind of at the end, just raised up with the water, then slammed down, banging their heads for the 8 bludgeoning. Here the water is raging. Not for so making forward progress extremely hard, if not impossible. But all of you are able to be standing here, not being pulled down. What would you like to do?
Hold on. So if he uses his reaction to offset the damage to the abjurer's bangle, then would he still have to make a concentration save? Because his actual hit points aren't taking damage. The bangle is.
Correct. If you don't take actual, sorry, what is Abjur's bangle? Is it damages the bang? Does it give temporary HP or does it make a shield?
It's kind of both. It's like an arcane ward from the abjuration subclass for wizards. It's different. It's kind of like that, but it does say it's temporary hit points.
Okay.
But it's not like false life, really.
Let me think. Abjur's bangle. Was that D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just check here.
Yeah, it says it's a ward.
Yeah, so
So-
it grants you temp HP that takes the damage instead.
Yeah, it says the Bengal emits a ward of abjuration magic,
Okay.
and that once
see
the
it now.
wards,
Okay, so yeah. So would the ward would take it, so you would not have to do your concentration.
okay. Well, I'm not even gonna risk breaking concentration, so I'm gonna use. So ours is going to speak the Bengal's command word. He's going to create a kind of electric blue arcane ward of force behind his head that smacks into the wall in place of his skull,
Nice.
protecting him.
Perfect. And if that is a homebrew, you can add the real one these days.
I did, because I also bought the Griffin
Cool.
thing.
Perfect. All right. So was down. All right. So just Orion gets his head smacked in.
Oh, and a lark.
Sure, and a lark. All right. So what would you like to do?
We gotta get our up this tunnel.
Yeah. What's your plan?
If any of you suddenly sprout gills, that would be a great time.
My cloak. Ours would throw up his hood.
What does that do?
It's a cloak of the manta ray, so he can breathe underwater and swim.
Well, I guess you won't drown.
The source of the water, how far ahead of us is it?
40 feet.
I'm not strong enough to get us out of this, guys.
If I can kind of push to get my hand angled, can I cast a ray of frost to see if I can try to freeze the source temporarily so that we can try to get by?
Yes.
That's sick.
All right. So just do a regular attack roll then?
Yeah, I'll make this flat attack.
All right. 14.
Okay, 14. All right. So through water, you see that the ray of frost hits, and there is a temporary ice barrier as it begins to lessen here. All right. So now everyone can tell me what they want to do. Whereas this is essentially the skill challenge, where you can you have to move before the ice melts. Is the thing here. And get up quickly. That's not going to last very long at all. So you tell me what we're doing. We'll make the roll, and we need more successes than failures.
Matt, how far around or wide is this thing we're climbing up?
5 feet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Again now.
Yeah.
Have you been
No, I
talking
can't.
this whole time?
No. I'm switching to my headphone because I'm feeling a little queasy, so I'm gonna lay down
Oh,
while doing this.
gotcha.
Okay, so
Sorry, so it's about 5 feet around, you said?
Yeah.
Can I take a rope and try and swing it around? So sort of like the rope is under, and so it's counterweight as we climb up.
Okay.
Sort of like, like a lineman goes up a pole, they have the rope on the other side. Or maybe that's how it is on cartoons. But sort of, do you see what I'm trying to do?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
$11.
Okay.
ours is gonna try and just get up the slide as quickly as he possibly can.
Athletics check.
Athletics, not acrobatics.
Quick run. That's athletics. Yeah.
Well, he's trying to maintain balance. He's not sprinting. He's just going as fast as he can.
That's the definition of sprinting. It's going as
Yeah.
fast as you can.
Okay, tell you what. I don't want to. I'll let you take acrobatics. Take your acrobatics check. You want to make it acrobatics? That's fine.
That's not high enough.
Okay.
Oh man. This is a terrible situation.
Yeah.
This is going to be the whole freaking session.
All right.
Is
Go ahead.
is it possible for me to use my action surge? It's because to assist in some way.
So sure, I'll allow you to use an action surge to either attempt 2 different checks, or to give somebody a help action. So
I would like to use my action surge to give. Sorry, my cats are fighting. I would like to use my action surge to give Alaric the help action.
Okay. I see how much of a struggle this is. And how far away did you say the source of the water is?
40 feet.
Okay. And you said this is a 5-foot wide tunnel?
Yeah,
I'm
like it's not so much a tunnel, but it is like where the water is flowing, so it's a little more
Okay.
open. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope this helps. With Celicus's aid, I only want to go 10 feet up and then cast a spell.
Okay. So what spell are we trying to do?
It's Rhymes Binding Ice.
Okay.
And it's a 30-foot cone, and I want to send it up this entire thing to reinforce Orion's ice on the mouth of this thing. It's a 2nd level spell, so I'm hoping it holds a little bit longer. And what it does is it creates ice all like because it's a cone that hits the ground, and I'm hoping it gives like stalagmite sort of handholds for us to grab onto.
Yeah. So this is so this would be an Arcana check.
Okay.
And what I'll do here is I'll lower what the DC I would do by 2 for it being a 2nd level spell you're spending.
Okay. So that's that's cocked. Damn it. It's gonna be good, but no. All right. Okay, that's a 14.
Okay. So I'll note that. What else we got? So Celicus actually can still go, by the way, Molly.
Oh.
So that's the whole thing with action surge. You still get to contribute, and you gave the help. But all right, you can say yours too.
No, I'll let Celicus go if Molly knows what they want to do.
I'd like to think that I move up that 10 feet and like I'm helping Alaric with me as we get up there.
You got an athletics check to kind of steady Alaric.
It's a 13.
Okay.
It's above a 10.
I don't know.
I'm rolling crud, so it's like above a 10 something.
All right.
I'm assuming Xanatos or Celicus, one of them probably has like a javelin with them. Yeah. This is a bit of a stretch. Tell me what your thought is. I'm hoping that I can use my quick toss and I can tie the rope attached to myself to the javelin and throw it up and kind of try to like get it to go up and catch.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I think what would happen is I'd have to untie myself to attach it to that. So it's kind of like the risk reward of if I do this, hopefully it catches everybody else, but then someone can try to catch me.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. Give me, let's see here. So you'd be, yeah, I would say, yes, acrobatics. I'll do acrobatics this.
All right. Now, the reason I ask is Quick Toss does say I get to add a superiority dice when I use it. So would I be able to add the D6?
The damage or to hit?
That has. Oh no, it's for the damage. You're right. Never mind. All right. So never mind. Okay. All right. So what was it again? Athletics.
Athletics will work. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Oh no. That's an 8.
Okay. Who's next?
The entryway where this water's pouring in, you said it was 40 feet up?
40 feet away.
Away. And at the entryway, is there like that's just like where the lip is, essentially? Like that it opens up into that other area that I could potentially get footing?
Yeah.
Like going through it? Okay, so I would like to pulling my rope out. I want to try and not pulling the rope off of me because I'm just going to teleport out of it with Step of the Fae. So I'd like to try and move up 10 feet to then Step of the Fae, Misty Step through where I can see to get footing to then try and like let a rope down to help everybody else.
Okay. So this would end up being athletics.
Okay.
Ultimately, just so you know, this is the third athletics check. So this DC is rising pretty high.
Oh. Just realistically, I don't have anything else I can do besides just like teleport out to then try and help everybody else. It is what it is.
All right.
Athletics. That's a 9.
Very good. All right, and then we just have Whisper, right?
Whisper and Xanatos.
No, I went. I tried doing the rope around the thing and got
So
an
it's
11.
okay.
All right. So is there anyone else?
No, it's just you.
Okay.
You.
So I think Xanatos, he's done his good deed for the day. He was able to stop anyone, like everyone from like drowning. And I think like at this point, like Yatsa thought, like I helped them, like I did as much as I could. They're on their own, and he's just gonna like do an athletics check again to like just get out.
All right.
I'm going to use my heroic inspiration. There we go. That's a 24.
Okay. So, in that case, yeah. So moving as quick as you can. This water's freezing. Getting away, Xantos, you were trying to move. You're still having a lot of people attach the rope to you as well, even though Orion kind of untied as you're trying to pull and push up here. I'm going to say this. The progress you're able to get after this, everyone as a group, those left under, will be 15 feet closer here. And
Sorry, can we get clarification on what Xanatos did? Did we like see him just like untie his rope and go, "Okay, see you guys later"?
So is Xanatos untie his rope?
No, I feel like he was just focused in the moment. Like he stopped everyone, and then like he's like, "All right, like I'm just going up." Like.
So you're like
and-
pulling everyone as you're going up.
Because it kind
I-
of sounded like you said they're on their own, which would indicate that you are looking out for you.
I think he does have that thought, like they're on their own, but he doesn't. He's just like is not focused on the rope that's already tied to him, and so
Okay.
that's like it's still there, and so like that's gonna be surprised, like, oh, why am I suddenly 400 pounds heavier? Like,
So we're like,
Okay.
Xanatos saved us as he pulled us up. Xanatos was like,
like,
"Fuck those
oh,
guys."
Matt,
Yes.
can I throw out a devil's bargain?
What's your offer?
How are we still alive?
That's part of it. Because I'm the devil bargain I'm offering is kind of like a save or suck from my life. Because I did already disconnect.
Yeah.
Is it possible that I can try to stand and freeze enough behind us to basically make like a stopping point before we all just fly back down this thing and die? Or if I don't succeed, would it be able to, I could do enough that I can freeze it so that at least the rest of my party that I've now disconnected from will not fall down here and die, and at least I can secure them, knowing that they won't go down this tunnel and die.
I think we're gonna do it this way because I think I appreciate it. I think this is the outcome of this because we've had a lot of dice rolling on this. So where we are right now is everyone from this endeavor is taking 16 piercing damage. Okay. Now you are where you are. Those who are tied together who didn't teleport or do something like that are 15 feet closer. So that's a total 25 away. Now everyone can take free actions here. I mean, one action for a round here, and you can do whatever you want. It can be to help people. It can be to do other things. But this isn't like a skill challenge. This is more like almost like a mini combat round against just water.
Sorry, time out again. Another point of clarification. So are we climbing back up the slope that we came down,
Yes.
that we slid down? And that was 120 feet.
Right. You had gotten up to 40 feet away when all this happened.
Okay, so we didn't end up sliding back further.
That axe stopped you from sliding that
okay.
Xanatos did at the beginning.
Okay, I didn't understand that we got 40 because it sounded like we had just started up and then we all.
No,
felt
you'd
really bad.
gone a distance up with the failed check
Okay.
when that was because it wasn't about progress. Progress was fine. It was just how sloppily you went up, and that was kind of the.
Okay, so then we were 40 feet away from the top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we made 15 feet of progress and between that, so now we're 25 feet away from the top.
Yes.
Some of us.
How many people is ours tied to with the rope?
6. Or no, didn't Calder face step out of it?
Calder's already at the top.
So
And Orion is not
disconnected.
attached.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think ours is with 4 others.
Well, if ours was stronger, he could probably do something. Although it would cost a bit, but he could probably get us all out. But
for those of you tied to the rope, it suddenly gets very heavy for you as dead weight pulls against you down because Alaric is unconscious and sliding down the slide.
Okay, so you're dealing with that.
Celicus just like grabs you by like the front of you, the front of your robes, and kind of just like slaps you in the side of the face.
One failed death save, got it.
And
What next?
You get 2 HP back.
Okay, so that's an action by Salicus.
Yes.
Okay, because it's like a round, yeah.
So we're not impeded by dead weight over here.
Okay, so as the situation becomes increasingly more desperate, ours would feel a kind of deeper power inside his chest starting to burgeon like a seed of burning pressure. Doesn't fully explode yet, but ours is going to try and continue making his way up, but he's going to, yeah, no, I'll just leave it at that. Um, he's going to try and continue making his way up as best as he can.
Okay, kind of pulling everyone with the rope.
Yeah,
So we'll do athletics.
yeah. All right. 12.
12. All right, so you're unable to make progress.
So ours is just grimacing really hard right now. He's really trying his best, but he's not physically built for this.
All right, I'll go. I think Xandos will just keep going. Try to do another athletics check just to get up.
Okay, trying to do another mighty pull.
Yep. It's a 21.
21.
Oh man, Xanatos, the MVP.
So Alaric, back to consciousness, kind of shakes his head, and he with the ice spell that he cast earlier has kind of textured the slide here with more ice, but at least it's not perfectly flat. I'm wondering if now that he's attempted to add, because it actually does create terrain like in the spell that
Sure.
restrains creatures. Now that it's terrain, can I use nature to try and point out where there might be handholds?
I like this. Yeah, give me a nature check.
$23.
Very nice. Xanatos, what is your movement?
It's 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm going to say between those two things, one pointing of this and two Xanatos pulling, this is able to pull everybody past the water that's streaming down. So you are now onto a safe space. However, I will take a stealth check with disadvantage because it also means you're near the spider. And you've done a lot of stuff.
Cool. Stealth with disadvantage.
I already roll a disadvantage, so this is nothing new to me.
I got a 10.
14.
A 6.
9.
Dime two more.
You heard my 17, right?
Yes. I think it's ours, Calder, and Zeratos?
I already said mine. I got a 10.
Oh, 10. I don't think I heard. Okay. Okay. All right. So you begin to hear the movings of a large creature as the spider begins lowering itself from its nest. Seeing all of you. And let's just see. Let's see what happens. We got a few minutes here.
Can I make an animal handling check?
Animal handling is only on creatures that
I'm desperate, man.
Ours looks up at the giant spider in horror.
Ours, did you make a con save after we all took 16 points of damage?
We took 16 points of damage?
Yep, that's what knocked Alaric
Yeah,
out.
that's how Alaric ended up out.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
All right, give me
Um,
initiative as we're doing this. I'm gonna run a little bit of a quicker. Let's see what we go do.
6.
Cool.
use the reaction to offset it to the Abjur's Bangle.
Okay. He has a pool of 30 that he can put to that, as if people are doing the math. It was a really cool item.
It is
is,
a really cool item.
It just has a certain amount, right? And it expires. Is that
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is
it's
supposed-
pretty limited use. But it is very useful while it's still around.
Yeah, he's using it to. Yeah, he's really used it for the team. Really. All right, I called her and ours. I still need yours did not come up.
Oh, what? Wait, what are you asking?
Initiative.
Oh, yes. Understood. Okay. We got a 14.
Okay. Then Jonathan, are you asleep?
That
No.
He's still
What'd you get for
alive.
initiative?
Oh, initiative. Sorry. 8.
Okay, very cool.
It's like when the teacher wakes up in the middle of class. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, let's go. Giant spider coming on down, Orion.
I'm gonna look at everybody and say, "It's time to everybody run!" And I'm going to cast, and I'm going to use my only channel of divinity I've left to do, invoke duplicity as my bonus action, to create another version of myself near the spider, and then cast thaumaturgy through it to make a loud, booming voice as the duplicate of myself starts calling out at the spider. And just trying to draw its attention to the other side, and it's like waving its hands and just like it's just like a as the thaumaturgy goes off.
I like it. Celicus.
I'm just gonna follow Orion's lead, and did you which way are we running away from it? Like,
So-
I'm not 100% sure on the location.
There's really one direction to run.
Okay.
And I put the duplicate to like the side, to like it looks like another one of us coming out of the tunnel. So hopefully it's gonna go after the duplicate. So we should be able to run by.
I got you.
Then I am going to attempt to be stealthy going in the other direction,
Okay.
I guess.
Going
so that
in the to run direction. Yeah.
yeah, into the
Uh,
to run direction.
Yeah. Very cool. So you're just running. Whoom.
Yeah.
Taking off a green. All right. The spider releases a ton of reb right at Orion's duplicate. And does that, sees the webbing fall down, then looks, but that's its turn. Ours.
So how far away is the spider? They are up. We are up the slide now, right?
Yes, spider's 15 feet above you.
Okay. So how high can ours jump? Standing high jump. What is that?
I think it is your modifier in feet.
Modifier. So I think it's 3 plus your strength mod. So it'd be 2 feet. And then he can up half his height, raise his hands above him. Not nearly enough.
Okay.
So I'd hoped to shock and grasp it, but that's not going to
I
necessary.
see.
Ours is going to unleash a blast of sorceress flame at it, and then try and run past.
Okay.
Just kind of like letting out a little like scream. And that is a nat 1.
Ooh. Okay, so
A lot of those going around today.
almost hits, but you do run 30 feet. Very good.
Yeah, he's just gonna run.
Right. Alaric.
Still a bit woozy, slightly concussed, but alive. I'm gonna sprint 60 feet after Celicus.
Just going all action, everything. I'm going. Don't
That's
ask
it.
me twice. Very good. Calder.
I'm going to cast False Life on myself as my action through my invocation, so it doesn't use a spell slot, which will grant me 12 temp HP because it just gives me the max because of the invocation. Then I will where is it? I will call Alaric's still pretty damaged, right?
Yeah, he's 60 feet away from you now.
Yeah, that's okay. You're not cool. I'm gonna run 30 feet and then Step of the Fae, choosing Refreshing Step to grant you 1d10 of temp HP. So let's see. 4.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Whisper.
Yeah, Whisper's gonna use movement and action dash to get 60.
Okay. Just running. Xanatos.
All right, I'm gonna take a page out of Ryan's book. I want to use Mage Hand or Thaumaturgy to grab a web that is the exact opposite of where we are. Kind of like how Ryan put like his like person on the other side. I want to like shake the web so it thinks like something is there. So like how Spider will go to like the vibration. I want to do that.
Okay. I will let you do animal handling.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get a pet spider, you guys. That's an 8.
Okay.
I didn't get an animal, guys.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you do your 30 feet though?
Yeah, 30 feet to get out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, with everyone away, it comes down, looks. Food is going to be a little too hard because its web didn't recharge. And so it'll go back up out of sight. And now you just have the rest of the dangers of the caverns ahead of you that we will get to in 2 weeks. But very good. So much survival. And thanks all the chat. We'll bank carries. Someone please make a note because she was trying to
I
help
will.
everybody out.
Thanks, Gary.
So we use those up. And we will see everyone next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. In
Nice.
2 weeks.
All right.